start planning your futures bets now. We know that I am a big proponent to laying a wager or two when it comes to FanDuel, when it comes to football, and when it comes to hockey. I saw a bet that I really, really like when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs this upcoming season. I know we've spoken a lot about a potential drop-off in Austin Matthews' play, and there's speculation that without Mitch Marner, that this guy's play could potentially drop off, and maybe he doesn't score 40 or whatever many goals that he's done throughout the course of his career. His total on FanDuel right now, Dave, what do you think it's set at?
45?
Close. 43.5. So not even 44.5, or 45 is the number. 43.5 is the over-under for Austin Matthews this upcoming season. And I got to tell you, I am smashing the over on that number. The rhetoric has gone too far for how far or how large of a drop-off that Austin Matthews is going to have this upcoming season without Mitch Marner. Like, don't get me wrong, Marner, big loss for the group, big loss for the team, and it's going to be an adjustment. But Austin Matthews is one of the most prolific goal scorers in the NHL. He has one of the most deceptive and best shots in the league. That is still very much alive and well. It's not like Mitch Marner taught the man how to shoot the puck. Did he get the puck to him a lot? Absolutely. But other players did as well. It wasn't just Mitch Marner. So when I'm looking at some futures bets, I'm taking a look at some Maple Leafs wagers to make before the season. 43.5 goals. I'm smashing the over for Austin Matthews.
How many goals did William Nylander score last year?
He got, 45? In that range?
Who's a better goal scorer, William Nylander or Austin Matthews?
There you go. Good point. Yeah.
What are we talking about here? We're talking about goals. We're not even talking about points.
Right. And to be fair, Matthews did not hit that number last year. Only had 33 goals. But he was injured all season, and he only played 67 games. You can make the argument, well, what gives you confidence that he'll be healthy all season and play a full, 80-game slate? And I guess, that's a hope and a prayer that he does that. But I still look at that number, 43.5, and it's a number that he's hit in most years. Like, you look at the last 5 seasons, he's hit it in 1, 2, 3, 4 the last 5 years, right? And the 1 year he didn't was considered a down year where he had 40 goals. And then last season, 33 goals. But again, both those years missed time with injury. If he's healthy and he plays a majority of the season, 75 plus games, this guy's good for 45, 50 plus goals, even without Mitch Marner. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the fact, Austin Matthews, we know, first off, he's good to be in the 50 range, even when he's not at his best. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who scored 60 goals twice. This is a guy who...
One shy of 70, Dave. One shy of 70 goals.
This is a player, if it wasn't for the injuries right now, we'd be talking about him being the top goal scorer of all time when it's all said and done, rather than Alex Ovechkin.
That's right.
That's literally the only reason. Now, here's the thing on Austin Matthews too, and we want to talk about health. Well, in that Craig Berube interview, we didn't really talk as much about it, but Craig Berube said, well, I saw him a couple of times in Toronto. He does look very good. I think he's stronger this year. He's put a little weight on. We had the conversation 2 days ago that, I don't think Austin Matthews needs to put on any weight. Well, clearly he felt like he needed to put on weight.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Dave, because I did a little research for the podcast, and I have actual evidence and some tremendous information as to why I believe that Austin Matthews is going to be just fine and go over that number and score 45 plus goals this season. And the first reason was exactly what you just stated. Austin Matthews has been working out, and Craig Berube in his one-on-one meeting that he had with Jonas Siegel in The Athletic noted that looks like Matthews is trying to put a little weight on and bulk up. Not only should that allow him to be more durable, but all should allow him to be more physically dominant with and without the puck. And when he's being physically dominant out there, he's a different player. Like he's an absolute animal. And I kind of look at him, right? If he can be as physically dominant, you look at the way that he can shoot the puck, he'll be far more puck dominant as well. I think that Matthews will change the way he plays a little bit too, where he won't be as reliant on the playmakers around him, where I think he's going to have to take on a little bit more of a controlling role and be far more puck dominant himself, kind of in the ilk of a Nathan McKinnon. Like, yeah, McKinnon had Rantanen, but he still drove play himself and was able to score on his own. I think Austin Matthews can do the same thing. And if he puts on a little bit of weight, that'll just make it that much easier for him to be as physically dominant and play that power forward style role. And we could do that from the middle of the ice with the deceptiveness of his shot, how lethal that shot can be, and his willingness to unleash it. Dude, they're in a good spot. Like he's in a good spot if he can remain healthy. That is for him to continue to be one of the premier goal scorers in the NHL. I've got a nice little stat pack for you as well. Let's take a break. We'll come back and I'll explain why I don't believe that Matthews is going to be as reliant on Mitch Marner and really hasn't been as reliant on Mitch Marner as people have been suggesting all offseason. I'll give you the numbers next here in the Locked On Leafs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. The NFL season is here. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you want to bet, whether it's on player props, building a same game parlay, jumping in on some live action, some futures props, perhaps. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keep an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the best way to add a little more energy to those Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. The Locked On Leafs podcast continues. Mike DiStefano, Dave Morisuti with you as we are each and every weekday, Monday through Friday, here on the Locked On Leafs podcast, free and available wherever you get a podcast and also up on YouTube as well. We'll be here all season long breaking down the latest in Leafs Nation. And again, a lot of rhetoric about how Austin Matthews is very reliant on Mitch Marner and his playmaking abilities, and perhaps a drop-off is coming for Austin Matthews and his goal totals and his play overall. I dug into the numbers, Dave. I dug into the numbers over the last 3 years and took a